What's up, gamers? I wanted to make a video here about some events that happened yesterday, August 3rd, 2020. We have got some new news, as you can see on screen here, about Marvel's Avengers. Spider-Man is coming exclusively to PlayStation. We had heard yesterday from a UK business that had said something along the lines of Spider-Man would be a PS4 exclusive in Marvel's Avengers, and then they kind of recanted their statement and said, we didn't hear this officially from the publisher or dev or anything. We just assumed it and ran with it, pretty much being their thing. So good luck to them getting any sort of exclusivity or benefits or just maintaining a good relationship with developers when you're a leaker. They might not trust you with their product in the future. But I guess our initial reactions was, oh, sigh of relief. Like maybe Spider-Man will be in the game, but maybe he will be playable to all, and we can all enjoy all the Avengers, together. But then later in the afternoon, this announcement drops, and it's actually kind of a good thing, because it really shows that Crystal Dynamics is wanting to get in front of this, and I didn't feel like it was super necessary because I felt like it was settled, and I like moved on. I didn't dwell on it, and I didn't, I looked around obviously to see if there was any validity coming from Crystal Dynamics or Marvel or just anybody official that wanted to comment on that, and nothing was flowing through. So I thought, oh, if they don't reply, then obviously it's just a rogue retailer just kind of assuming whatever they think, which as soon as I heard about Marvel's Avengers, I was like, crap, Sony's probably gonna do the Spider-Man exclusive. Like, I thought it immediately, and then my next thought was, oh, it'll probably be even having a skin from the Spider-Man PS4 game, wouldn't be out of character. But no one's commented. There's nothing official on that. This is obviously Crystal Dynamics' interpretation of the character. Whether or not you get some skins of your favorite movies and your video games as well, that's just we'll just have to see, honestly. This is an article on the PlayStation blog. This is the associate art director, Crystal Dynamics, writing this article. And so I'm actually going to read all this, but because most of you might be here for the meat and potatoes, which is, here to sort of talk about Spider-Man in the game and all that. We get to the bottom here. It's never a better time to be a Spider fan. The team at Crystal Dynamics, along with our partners, are overjoyed that we get to be a part of this hero's gaming journey. We can't wait for you to add Spider-Man to your Marvel Avengers roster in early 2021. As we promised before, he'll be available at no additional cost to owners of the base game exclusively on PlayStation. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy playing Marvel's Avengers when it launches on PS4 September 4th, 2020 and comes to PS5 later this holiday. So basically that's giving us a launch schedule, like Hawkeye is coming out post-release, and so Spider-Man, there might be additional characters before him, or he might be the very next one right after Hawkeye, and early 2021. That seems fair. Hawkeye's got his own campaign. They want to give us time to digest everything. I don't think we need to be like coming out with new characters so fast. That's nice. So that's good. That's pretty much just, if you were here for the news, that's the news. So now on to my personal opinion, and we were live So I was upset. I was like, "What? No way. No. Can't be." Cuz I had heard about the stuff earlier in the morning, but I didn't see this announcement. So I was like, I think you might just be like, confused with with the stuff that went down this morning. Um, but yeah, it ended up being this, and it's good to see it from official sources and stuff like that. Um, but my personal opinion is I wish that they had, I would have loved to have been surprised by this at a war table, and had them show like a cool Spider-Man cutscene, and then maybe like cut to gameplay and be like, yeah, this is our Spider-Man. How cool would that be? So I kind of hate that they are like robbed of their, they probably had a plan for when they wanted to reveal this character in the ideal circumstances. So I kind of, I feel bad for the devs in that sense anytime something's leaked. But I also applaud them for like getting out in front of it and really taking the power back and making it about the Avengers in the game. But obviously, okay, so on to the more opinionated part here. Um, I have all the consoles. I have a PC. I have pre-ordered this game on PC. I chose to also pre-order it on PS4, kind of knowing that this might happen, but my real decision was like I want to see this on PS5 at some point and really compare it to the PC, and I want to see how the hardware, how the new controller is gonna handle. And I kind of know that Spider-Man, there's just gonna be stuff with Sony owning the film rights to Spider-Man, with Marvel owning the other rights, Spider-Man. So it makes sense that this is a business decision. And so because I own all the consoles and because I'm buying it on two platforms, and I'm kicking myself for doing it, but now it seems like, it might have been foresight, might have been somewhat smart, and I get 7 extra days on the beta. So I'm excited about that. But I have to look at this, not just subjectively, but sort of, I have to look at it across the board. Not everyone is in my situation where uh, I could probably even buy it on Xbox. I don't want to, so please don't put a special character on Xbox. I think that makes the situation worse. I think if it's just one platform, we can just say, do we like this? Like, is this a thing? Or we could say, okay, well, that's the experience you get there. Fine. So for me, it doesn't anger me in that sense, but it angers me that it divides the community and that it makes this ideal version over here. We've had it with Destiny. We've had it with Batman Arkham Asylum with the Joker DLC. You could only play as the Joker on PS3. And it was really fun to play as the Joker, and I was really mad that I bought it on PS3. But I wanted to play it on my Xbox controller because that felt like home to me. That was my preferred, not being a fanboy of one or the other. Just, we have our preferences. Some people like the feel of a certain controller. We like the UI interface of certain platforms. Maybe there's additional benefits beyond that, but just generality there. I wanted it there, but obviously I got it on PS3, and I felt bad because a lot of my Xbox buddies weren't experiencing this, and it was great. It was actually good. The Joker DLC was fun on Arkham Asylum, and same with Destiny. I ended up buying it on all platforms, but it just felt like the PS4 version had these really good strikes and some of the best Crucible maps. Like, I felt like were the exclusive ones, and I was just like, why are you holding this back? Like, this would be awesome for all of us to have. It would be so much fun, and we could all enjoy it together. And it that really didn't when Destiny did, that didn't really make me go, oh, I have to get Destiny on PS4. It just made me go, it just made me feel like, slimy. And I don't fault anybody because it's business decisions. And obviously, it probably brought a lot more sales, as this is probably going to do. A lot of people are probably thinking about picking up a PS4 or PS5 this year. And a lot of people might do it specific for this. We'll just have to see. But yeah, I think our initial, myself and others, we initially were pretty angry about it because, we just like to play wherever we are, and we just want to enjoy every game. And it's been a while really since we've had, like really the most recent one I can think other than Destiny and the Batman Arkham Asylum. Um, one of the other ones would be Call of Duty Black Ops 4. It was like they got the zombie maps on PlayStation a month early. And it really just demoted me. It just so much demotivation uh, that I just wouldn't play the game. I was just like, I would play and I would enjoy what was there, but then I would see, oh, I gotta wait a month for that. Well, I'll play in a month. And then in another month, there's something else to look forward to, obviously. So, I might log on and see what all the fuss was about, but it just felt like it was so delayed and so long of a wait that it was like, oh, I don't care anymore. I don't even, interest is gone. Now, that can't happen for me with Spider-Man, obviously, but it it does make me a little sour, but understanding the business decision, respecting that, understanding what Sony's doing, understanding what Marvel's doing. I think it's a smart move. I think it's good. It makes sense. I kind of hope it's like a timed exclusive. If there's like one last glimmer of hope that I can give to everybody, is like, Destiny kind of eventually pivoted on that, uh, exclusivity thing and just said, you know what, we just want everybody to get all the cool stuff, at the same time. We don't, we want to unify people. They're moving towards a crossplay model. And I feel like maybe this game will hit that at a point. Maybe this is just kind of a, giving them a good launch and hyping up the PS5 and, getting those sales as a early launch title type game, for PS4 and PS5, really getting those sales in with, because Spider-Man PS4 being one of the best-selling PlayStation games of all time, like it's up there with all the others. So yeah, understand it, respect it. I'm kind of angry because like I really want PC to be kind of my main platform, and it probably will be, but yeah, I think I'm gonna have to maintain some characters on the PS4. You know, uh, maybe see if there's some gamers we can play with over there, and have a good time together. So now, I think I've pretty much gone through all that. Upset is kind of the thing, but it doesn't affect me. So I'm really more upset for people that maybe don't have a PlayStation, can't afford one, maybe they don't want one. Maybe you're on PC or you're on Xbox. All your needs are met. Would be nice to have a Spider-Man game, but this is the cards we're dealt. So, from this part on, I just want to read the article and discuss my thoughts on this article, because I think it's really meaningful that they put together this, pretty lengthy article and didn't really talk much about anything else. So yeah, here we go. Every once in a while, life presents you with a moment where your pursuits and your passions converge. Today is one such moment for me because I get to be the first to announce, that our own Crystal Dynamics take on Spider-Man is teaming up with Miss Marvel, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, and Black Widow of Marvel's Avengers. Okay. This is so personal for me because I cannot remember a time when I didn't love Marvel and its colorful characters, each more real and believable than the next. But despite my enjoyment of Captain America, Iron Man, no comma there, Black Widow, and the other Avengers, there was always one character I saw myself reflected in, and that was Peter Parker, the sensational Spider-Man. Now, I'm getting to channel my lifelong enjoyment of the character into a version of the interactive hero that I hope inspires the next generation of creators, and well, it's my dream come true. His allying with our Marvel's Avengers heroes is in perfect symmetry with my exposure to the character. When I was young, I accumulated a massive collection of Spider-Man books that told both dramatic and humorous stories of this colorful crime fighter who was a fixture of Marvel's New York, and that used his powers and ingenuity to protect his neighborhood. And that's always been charming. But one day, I read an issue that pushed him out of his natural settings and into the larger world with hilarious results. The story was titled The Commuter Cometh, and it was a fantastic yarn about Spider-Man hunting down a robber in the suburbs. Taking Spidey out of Marvel's New York forces him to try some new tricks. That's true, and they show him here with there's no buildings, so it's just like trees and one-story houses. Watching Spider-Man adapt to new surroundings, such great contrast to his status quo. The tone is exactly what we want to capture for him in Marvel's Avengers, a familiar but fresh Spider-Man who needs to evolve to take on the global threats alongside Earth's mightiest heroes, a sensational spider hero. To make sure this team up goes smoothly, Vince Napoli, our lead combat designer, is hard at work making Spider-Man just as great on the sticks as he is here on the page. This means making sure our hero moves and fights like he should, no matter which one of our war zones he finds himself in. When he's arcing through the air on his web line, we want you to feel graceful and light. We want to be able to utilize a variety of web configurations and gadgets to enhance your traversal. Spider-Man's impressive acrobatic abilities will complement the experience, allowing you to seamlessly transition from navigation to combat. With the abilities and proportionate strength of a Spider-Man really knows how to get around. Yeah, that's true, and they're emphasizing that. That's cool. When Spider-Man takes on evildoers, he'll do so fluidly with his signature flair, but also with the enhanced customization options we created for Marvel's Avengers. Just like our other heroes, you'll get to use the unique skill trees Vince and his team have designed to specialize how your Spider-Man plays in the world. That's very exciting. An impressive suite of iconic abilities and attacks will be at your disposal, and you get to decide which gadgets and skills you wish to upgrade. These enhancements will be necessary for him to take on the threats coming his way. No one knows how to dance around a fight like Spider-Man. That's kind of funny. Sensational take on Spider-Man. Despite the great solo adventures Spider-Man's been on, standing shoulder to shoulder with the likes of Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, and Ms. Marvel is going to add a whole new dimension. Players are going to face the world's most dangerous threats together, using Spider-Man's innate powers, boosted with a little help from his new friends. Partnering with the Avengers gives Spider-Man complete access to the impressive technology available to the team, such as custom web shooter-based technology from Hank Pym, S.H.I.E.L.D., Stark Industries, and more. And by constructing the perfect gear and skill combinations, you'll get the chance to live your superhero dreams through your ideal Spider-Man. So once again, creating that personal, this is your character, it's their interpretation, but you are building, the character to your play style and the way you want your Spider-Man to be. The neighborhood just got a whole lot bigger for Spider-Man, and yeah, we're seeing a lot of action there. A sensational sense of style. I think somebody is really loving sensational Spider-Man. It's not enough for Spider-Man just to play like he should. He also needs to look like he should. That's why we're going through the process of conceptualizing his suit. We went back to the beginning. Steve Ditko set the standard with his Spider-Man design, and John Romita Sr. evolved it into an icon recognized the world over. Fans can expect to see Ditko and Romita's influence in our take on the hero, with nods to other talented artists that have defined the character's look over his long history. So coming to the end here with Spider-Man, it pays to respect the classics. That's true. It really looks good, and I really like this darker blue that they've used at times. That actually comes across really nice, and maybe it's just a lighting thing. But all these colors so vibrant and beautiful. So coming to the end here, final paragraph. A sensational celebration. When Spider-Man comes to our stable of heroes, we'll be marking his debut with an in-game event that will introduce him to the wider world of Marvel's Avengers. The event is comprised of a unique series of unique challenges for the hero to take on, testing his abilities and yielding some exciting results. And like the rest of the heroes in Marvel's Avengers, we will offer multiple cosmetic outfits and gameplay experience options so you can make your vision of the wall crawler a reality. So there we go. Really enjoyed this article. I like it. It sort of just shows that their passion for the character is there, and all of the characters, and that they're really taking this seriously. They did mention that Hawkeye is going to have this campaign, and so now Spider-Man is going to have content based around his release. So it won't just feel like they're just throwing in a skin in a fighting game, or just, throwing another character in and like, okay, there he is, like, do your thing. Like, he'll actually have a story, lore, meaning in the universe, not just being, just another option on the board here. So I really enjoy this. I think this is really cool, and it's not the way I wanted to see them reveal Spider-Man. I really enjoyed the way they revealed Hawkeye, and it felt like it was on their own terms, and they showed off some gameplay or some video footage, and it was cool. So yeah, just getting around to my final thoughts here. I'm excited, and I wish this was a move that made the character more accessible, but I do understand that it's not happening that way. The most we could hope for is maybe it's a timed exclusive. But if that's not true, we'll just have to see, and maybe we'll be able to, for those that are not PS4 owners, maybe you'll be able to play alongside him in the future. I doubt that will ease the wound any. That might just put salt in the wound if there's ever crossplay, and you're on Xbox and you're playing with Spider-Man on your team, and you're just watching him do his thing. It's probably not going to help. But yeah, it's a smart decision. It's a good move. Like I said, Crystal Dynamics took the power back, and I love that they took the time to, that they didn't just say, hey, we got Spider-Man. Yeah, like, they actually wrote out a very long and thoughtful blog post here, and really took the power back about this situation. They made the conversation less about a leak and more about, hey, let's all be excited for this game, and we just want to show you how passionate we are about Spider-Man. So half of this is, yeah, bummer, but the other half is, we're gonna see a lot of great characters. We're gonna have a fun time, and it just makes me more excited for whatever Crystal Dynamics has in store for us. So yeah, other than that, I think that's all my thoughts. I'm, upset in a sense, but it doesn't affect me personally, but I just doesn't make me feel good, but it makes sense. And as far as people saying that it's an anti-consumer move, I don't think that's true, because if you're on PlayStation, you're getting all the cool stuff, you're having a great time, so it doesn't feel anti-consumer. They are definitely playing to their base, right? If you're on Team Sony, you're getting all this, not in a console war sense, but in, if you are Sony products, PlayStation Plus member, whatever it is, you're getting the goods. And Xbox has their own approach, PC has its own approach, when it comes to all sorts of stuff. You know, you get good sales here and there. You get, you know, xCloud, you get all these different things. You get the Game Pass. I mean, there's, you know, it's evolving, and I feel like exclusives are a thing of the past, and we're still gonna see them, but I think the ones that make you feel slimy should be a thing of the past. I understand when, you know, you have Gears of War and Halo on Xbox, cool. And you got Uncharted and, you know, whatever else, God of War on PlayStation, whatever. But yeah, when you get these little ones where it's like it's a multi-platform game, and then you get like a slimy, like, oh, the experience is better here, like, but is it really? You know, so it just strikes me as a little unfair, but you know, at the end, I respect the decision, I understand it, and I'm excited, and I think we should all be excited in a sense. I know it's hard to do that if you're not gonna be able to be Spider-Man, but I think we should be excited as Marvel fans that we get to experience this, and hopefully they pull it off really well, because I feel like the judgment is going to be really high. Spider-Man PS4, you know, he moves incredibly in that game. If the navigation, the combat is not up to snuff with, you know, or better or similar, or, you know, a unique take that's still amazing, if it's not sensational, you know, it's going to be scary. I just really hope it's not a bad take on Spider-Man, combat wise and navigation wise. I have full faith everywhere. But yeah, very excited. Should be exciting. I am ready for this. This is just a quick video I wanted to make about the SpiderMan announcement. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the Avengers content. Please check out more. We do have a new episode of the Shackcast podcast. Episode 5 actually came out on Sunday, so check that out if you're excited about some stuff. More Avengers content coming in 3 days, 8/7 on Friday, August the 7th, PS4 beta, Marvel's Avengers. We'll see you there, and I'll be pushing out content for and related to this game. So thank you for watching. Take care. We'll see you next time. Aaron Shack 64 over and out.